Hello YouTube, Alex the Gamer here, and welcome back to another Titanfall topic video. In today's video, I'm going to talk to you guys about building custom pilot loadouts for CTF game mode. I'm going to be building 4 loadouts today. Well, I won't be building them, but I will be telling you guys about 4 loadouts today, 2 Titans and 2 pilot loadouts. One of each will be for a offense and one of each will be for defense. So let's get started with the pilot. When playing CTF, there are really only 3 positions you can play: offense, defense, and mid. Each has their own, unique response. Each player who has a position has their own responsibilities, and therefore choosing your position is often what you're going to need to stick to. For an offensive player, mobility is the key. If you're not mobile enough as an offensive player, you're never going to be able to push into enemy territory and get that flag capture that you need for your team. As such, as an offensive player, mobility is key. Having said that, your loadout should focus on mobility and being able to push in the enemy's base with a powerful enough weapon. Now, normally I would recommend using an SMG or even the Smart Pistol, since they allow you to move at 100% of the base speed. However, I have come from personal experience, I found that the R101C Carbine is just as fit for this role. While your mobility is reduced to 95%, you can still have a lethal weapon on the battlefield and be able to push into enemy territory with that weapon. So, for the loadout and the R101C, I'm going to recommend using the HCOG with extended magazine. Now, while you can use a suppressor to remain off radar, and considering the fact that it's a fully automatic weapon, a suppressor really doesn't matter, I prefer using extended mags because I want those extra 6 shots to count when I do need to push into enemy territory. For my anti-Titan weapon, again, I'm generally going to try to avoid Titans with this loadout, and again, since I am being mobile, I want to take the less obvious route. However, being Titanfall, running into Titans is pretty much a guarantee in this game, and therefore, if I do need to defend myself, I'm going to use the Sidewinder as my anti-Titan weapon. I would use the charge rifle, but the charge rifle just takes way too long to charge up, and while it is the most high damaging Titan weapon of the game, it's, for what I'm going to be using for, it's not really going to be my shtick. For my sidearm, I'm going to be using the B3 Wingman. And the reason I'm using the B3 Wingman is that basically it's like a sniper rifle but in a pistol form. It only requires 2 shots to kill an enemy pilot, and even then, if you land a successive headshot, you kill him in 1. And it makes a great backup. While it does have a slow firing rate, you're really going to be if you do any damage on to a pilot with your primary weapon, and you do hit them once with the Wingman, it's all over for them. For my tactical ability, there's only one for me, and that's Stim. Stim allows me to gain a quick edge in battle, allowing me to move faster and heal up quicker. Again, since you're an offensive pilot, mobility is key, and using Stim can help you in that respect. For my Ordnance, I'm going to use the arc grenades. Normally I would use satchel charges since they have a very good kill ratio against pretty well any type of infantry. They do a ton of amount of damage to Titans, making perfect anti-Titan ordnance. But I'm going to use the arc grenades because when I'm pushing in enemy territory, I want to clear that base. I want to have any defenders in there get fogged up, kind of get confused and stuff. And the arc grenades are going to be really allowing me to do that. Besides, they're so OP, it takes 2 arc grenades to kill 1 pilot. Who'd thunk it? For my tier 1 kit in my offensive pilot loadout, I'm going to be using the explosives pack. Normally I would use power cell because I want to stim up as often as I can, but whenever I'm moving, I find that using stim is not really that big of a deal for me, and even then I want to be able to have 3 arc grenades instead of 2. For my tier 2 kit, it's going to be Warpfall transmitter. None of the other tier 2 kits really can help bolster the pilot loadout that you're aiming for, so generally using something that can give you a slight advantage is welcome. And in my case, that would be the Warpfall transmitter. Allow me to get my Titan in quickly, and considering the fact that the Titan I'll be dropping in is an offensive Titan 99% of the time, that's going to be very helpful. On to the defensive side of things, and for this one, I'm going to use a completely different weapon. For me, if I'm playing defense, I'm going to use the CAR SMG. Why would I use the CAR? Because I just love the way it looks. It has a high RPM, it has high damage, it's a fantastic weapon, and it allows me to move at 100% of the base speed. Having said that, I'm going to be running an HCOG sight and extended mags with this gun as well, concerning the fact that the HCOG is the only other optical choice you have when using any of the SMGs. For extended mags, this grants 40 rounds instead of 30, meaning that I can do more damage while on station even longer. For my anti-Titan weapon, again, I'm generally not going to try to tackle Titans with this, but considering the fact that Titans do have the ability to carry flag carriers, I will be actually using the mag launcher. With the mag launcher, I'll be able to easily take down a Titan's shields and kill the enemy pilot who's rodeoing a friendly Titan to help get a flag cap. Same with my offensive loadout. My sidearm is going to be the B3 Wingman, and I've already said my reasons for that when talking about the offensive loadout. My tactical ability is going to be radically different. Since I'm going to be running a general defense with the car SMG, my objective is pretty simple. Sit right next to the flag and defend it as best as I can. As such, only one tactical ability is going to allow me to do that, and that's going to be the active radar pulse. With it active, I'll be able to see enemies through walls and better predict where they're coming from, so I'll be able to get into a better position to kill them before they kill me. For my ordnance, arc mines. This is something that I'm going to be using a lot. With the arc mines, I can place them right on top of the flag, leaving an extra shocking surprise for those who try to get the flag, for those who try to capture our flag. Now this one is also going to be radically different in terms of Tier 1 and Tier 2 kits. Well, actually Tier 2 kit. The Tier 1 kit is going to remain the same. Again, because I want to be able to protect the flag as best as I can, I want to be able to throw down as many arc mines as I can. So I'll put 3 arc mines down. While it would be a good idea to, again, use power cells since I can activate the active radar pulse longer, I want to be able to defend the flag as best as I can, and any help in this department is going to be greatly appreciated by me. For my Tier 2 kit, though, there's a huge variation. Whereas with my offensive loadout, my Tier 2 kit was the Warpfall transmitter. With my Tier 2 kit, for my defensive one, my Tier 2 kit is going to be the Guardian chip. With this, I'll have my Titan standing on guard mode, and he can easily pick off pilots with greater accuracy, meaning that any pilots who I don't see or who I unfortunately will be able to miss, my Titan can easily pick off with the Chaingun that he will be using. So those are my two loadouts for pilots when playing CTF. One is for offense, and one is for defense. Now, I can't guarantee that if you guys use this, you will find some success with them, as even I've had in some game modes, I've had times where I've actually had to use the defensive loadout for offense and the offensive loadout for defense. I know, it's confusing. But anyway, on to the Titan loadouts. Now, when CTF was first announced and first played in Titanfall, flag carriers were able to actually jump into their Titans and carry the flag back, hence making it easier to get flag caps for their team. However, Respawn quickly fixed this, and so every time you enter a Titan, you don't carry a flag and you drop it. However, flag carriers can rodeo friendly Titans and have a better shot at getting a flag cap. As such, this is going to be key when using an offensive Titan loadout. So, let's get started. Because I'm going to be running an offense with a Titan, I want to be able to have a Titan that can not only run offense and make it to the enemy base in a short amount of time, but if I need to escort a flag carrier back to my base, I can easily do that as well. And for me, there's only one chassis that's going to do this, and that's a Stryder. Normally, I wouldn't use a Stryder. I don't like it. I think it's a really weak chassis, but because of the fact that it has 3 dashes plus a dash core, that's what really draws me to the Stryder's features. The ability to get from point A to point B in a relatively short amount of time is what's going to be able to help me in CTF. For my primary weapon, I'm going to use the XO16 Chaingun with extended magazine. For my tactical ability, Titan Electric Smoke. For my ordnance, the cluster missile. And for my Tier 1 kit, I'm going to use Dash Quick Charger. This will allow my dashes to recharge more quickly, allowing me to dash more often. And my Tier 2 kit is going to be the Core Accelerator. I would use core extender because I want to be able to have dash core activated for longer, but considering the fact that you have unlimited dashes and the fact that the two bases are pretty well close together, the core extender really isn't necessary for using the Stryder. Instead, I want to be able to get it as quickly as I can, as fast as I can, and the core accelerator is going to be the only tier 2 kit that can actually help me do that. For my defensive Titan, though, again, things are going to be radically different. Sort of. Instead of running a Stryder Atlas, I'm going to be running an Ogre. The reason I'm using an Ogre is because the Ogre can absorb a ton of punishment. It can take a ton of damage before it gets doomed, and even then, that's a very big thing. It can take a lot of punishment, and that's what I need defending the flag. So I'll be running an Ogre with an XO16 Chaingun, once again using extended mags. Now, I actually did have a different loadout for this. Before I continue, I actually did used to use the triple threat grenades. And the reason I used the triple threat with extended mags was because I found that in some maps, you can actually put triple threats right inside your base. So any pilots who are there, you can just constantly throw triple threats and they'll get killed. Even better, if you have minefield, you can just place mine inside your base and any pilots in there will get killed. However, in some, again, using triple threats works for some maps and doesn't work for others. So I decided to go with the XO16 Chaingun because it's a general purpose gun. It can kill infantry, it can kill Titans, it can do everything you need it to do. And I'm again using extended mags because I want to be able to utilize the XO16 Chaingun for a longer period of time. Once again, my Ordnance and my tactical ability are the same thing as my offensive Titan, i.e. electric smoke and a cluster missile, and this is for a simple reason. If I do happen to kill a flag carrier who has escaped from our base, I want to be able to keep that flag from being untouched as possible. Another part of defense while being the last line of defense when having a flag cap, you also want to be able to make sure that anyone who has a flag is killed and that the other team doesn't have a chance to get it back without actually having to go back to your base. There are some examples of this where if you have a supporting teammate, what you can do is you'll kill the enemy flag carrier, and then someone else who is escorting them will take the flag themselves. So with the cluster missile and the Titan electric smoke, I'll actually be able to put that right on top where the flag is and prevent any pilots from taking it. Anyone who does will be killed instantly, especially because both do damage while they're longer lasting. However, my Tier 1 and my Tier 2 kits are once again going to be radically different. My Tier 1 kit is actually going to be the nuclear ejection. Now, I've had a lot of trouble debating whether I should keep nuclear ejection as a Tier 1 kit or not. On the one hand, it's a very good tier kit to have, as you actually get to kill people while doomed. Unfortunately, the load-up time it takes for your Titan before it explodes is enough so that enemy Titans are smart enough to get out of the way in time. It also doesn't help that if you're put into a confined space, you actually kill yourself with your own nuclear ejection, which kind of sucks. However, again, if you can time it right, or if your enemies are just kind of stupid, you can actually doom other Titans and kill other infantry units with it. Again, if you can doom your Titan while next to a flag, any pilots near that flag will be caught in the explosion and hence will die. For my Tier 2 kit, though, I'm going to use the core extender. And because the Ogre has a shield core, I want to be able to keep those shields up for as long as I can. Having said that, though, I think, you know what I'm actually going to do, I'm not going to use an Ogre for defense. I'll actually use an Atlas. The reason I'm using an Atlas is because of the damage core. The shield core with an Ogre, yeah, it's good, but it gets depleted, you take damage. As far as I remember, it doesn't regen, it just takes longer to get rid of. With the damage core of the Atlas, you can do more damage, meaning you can kill pilots quicker and doom Titans in a shorter amount of time. Something that I find is going to be perfect for what I'm going to be doing with the general defense. And that's it for my Titan loadouts, guys. If you guys are wondering about the insignias in Titan OS, they are both going to be the same. For my Titan insignia, kind of ironically, I have the Flaming Skull, which you get awarded if you kill yourself with a nuclear ejection 10 times. Which, if you want to know how to do that, simply go into an enclosed space and just get yourself doomed or prematurely eject from your Titan. If you don't know how to do that, press up on the D-pad and punch X and hit X as if you were going to be regularly ejecting. for my Titan OS, it's going to be Sid or Jeeves, because both are pretty badass. I like Sid. I like Sid a lot, so mostly Sid. And that's it for this topic video, guys. I hope you guys did find this useful. As you guys have been seeing, I have various clips, or actually just have one clip going from a CTF I did last weekend. I do not actually utilize both loadouts in this. Actually, I do, but I think I did prefer the offensive. As you guys saw, I did prefer the offensive pilot loadout a little bit more, but this is both what I have for my offensive defensive loadouts for pilot and Titans. So anyway, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys did enjoy this video, please hit that like button, leave a comment below as to what you guys use for loadouts and capture the flag, and hit that red subscribe button if you guys are new, and I'll see you guys in the next video. And if you guys, one more thing before I do, if you guys did get kind of lost with the loadouts, I will have a full list of the loadouts in the description for you below. So if you did not catch what I just said, because I do have a tendency to mumble, if you did not catch what I just said, check the description box for the full pilot and Titan loadouts for both a CTF offense and a CTF defensive loadout when playing Capture the Flag. Anyway, guys, hope you guys found this video enjoyable. Hope you guys found this video useful, and I will see you guys in the next Titanfall video. Thanks, and peace out.